Welcome, Pisces. This is your weekly focus for May the 7th through to the 13th, 2018. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy that you send my way each and every day. Now let's turn to the cards and see what they have to reveal about the energy that surrounds us and how to use it in a positive light to go forward on our path. Ten of Wands, the juggling act, the responsibilities, the obligations that you carry with you. And the path isn't the easiest to walk, is it? There are those stones in your way. I mean, you've got that load balanced. I give you full credit because we're all very busy, and it seems like everything's kind of fitting into place. Although I see one that's kind of out of the pack there. You know, a slip, a trip, and that load is coming down. Well, it's time to prioritize your life. It's time to figure out what you need to take forward with you and what doesn't belong anymore. Some of those wands have great growth on them. Others are dead wood. They're weighing you down. You can't reach that castle quite as quickly as if you had no load. Now, you want to take some of that with you because it's new beginnings, new starts, new relationships, new job opportunities, new careers, or it's something that is stable and that gives you security, or it brings out your passion in some way, but some of it's dead wood. Some of it you're just carrying around. Maybe it's somebody else's obligation and responsibility, and they gave it to you, they delegated it to you, and you took it willingly, but it takes away from your time and your energy and your focus of you and where you're going. So it's time to lighten the load. So where do you need some form of ending or closure in your life or completion? Taking it off your plate in some way. Freeing up your energy or your time or your resources so you can focus on you going forward. I hear, you have to understand the conversations that you need to have in the coming weeks with people of supporting you, helping you out, allowing you to, maybe material wealth that grows from this because you have more time and more energy and more focus. And I don't think it happens this week, but you definitely have to take a look at your load and see what needs to go and see what needs to stay. And that's very much full moon energy, and that's very much the energy that we are in all week. So next week, the energy transforms for us. We have Mars moving signs, we have Mercury moving signs, we have Uranus moving signs, we have the Sun moving signs, we have the new moon. So we have a lot of new energy coming in next week. So the more attention you give to this load you carry, your obligations, your responsibilities, the more clarity and understanding you'll have, pardon me, you'll have understanding and clarity, that's for sure, of what you truly need to take forward with you. Three of Swords. Another sign got this right in the middle. That's what you do for other people that are really going to matter this week. It's how you lift them up. It's how you help them get through. You may just have to be that shoulder to cry on, or, giving sage advice to someone or helping them in some way. It could be financially. I'm not going to fib here because that word came to me, and usually I'm telling you, oh, it doesn't have to be finances. It can be a smile, and it could be just a smile that somebody needs to be noticed. When you talk to people that have changed their mind about suicide, and it's amazing how often they'll say, because somebody looked at me and smiled, or it just noticed me, just acknowledged me as a person. Sometimes that's all we have to do. We're so, I'm a country girl, so I go to the city and I'm making eye contact with everybody, and it's amazing how people like look away fast and, they think you're a creep of some sort. I smile, I say, hey, hi, excuse me, thank you. I'm cracking the little jokes at the stands, and it's what you give to the world that matters this week. If you try and think that you are the most special thing and the world revolves around you this week, you're going to have heartbreak. And you can think that, but don't portray it to others. Don't make them feel less than you. Don't argue over stupid little things that really don't matter in life. Look at the big picture. Look at the basics of why you're in that relationship, that friendship, that association. That situation. And what can you give of yourself? And how can you raise somebody above you? Because really, you can't do that. You automatically raise yourself when you raise somebody else up. And it's not, I'm not trying to portray, that you could be conceited in any way, although it could come across like that. It's allowing ego to rule. So just don't let your ego take over. If something, you have a couple of wonderful experiences happen and you're like, oh yeah, I can rock this. I can take chances. I'm going to take risks. You'll probably fall flat on your face. It's what you do with that and give it to the world. Give it to your community. Give it to your family. Pay it forward sometimes. It's how can I share in this wealth? If you're noticed at work for something, you don't walk around all day going, oh yeah, that was so me. Everybody's going to buy me a drink today because I got the compliment. I got the employee of the month. I got whatever it was. Rather than saying, oh, well, thank you, and it was because of so-and-so's help, and this happened, and these people came together that it really made me shine. How does it raise everybody else up? You raise yourself up just automatically. So we have the Three of Pentacles as our third card. It's really a week of reflection, of making the plan, of understanding the opportunities available to you and where you have limited yourself in your beliefs that you couldn't reach those opportunities. Allow some healing in, perhaps. Our overriding energy is the Ten of Pentacles, the Yes card. What do you want God, your angels, your spirit guides, the universe, source to say yes to? What is your dream? What is your goal? What is your desire? This is your yes card. Put your focus, and this overriding card has come back over and over again to, yeah, it's time to start those new moon affirmations and seeds that you want to plant going forward. And when you start doing that, you'll start realizing, excuse me, what was that bottom card? Ooh, look at that, the star card. Realizing, pardon me, I don't know where this cough is coming from. You guys are the only ones I'm coughing for this week. You start to see where you have actually maybe sabotaged yourself or allowed yourself to be limited in some way, to see your way through, to grant your own wish to yourself, to write your own story. Underwriting energy, Eight of Wands. In some part of your life, and we'll get to the four main areas, so maybe this will give us more clarity when we get there. You're just kind of going to send out, you're going to send out the spotters ahead of time and come back and tell you what's available. You're going to try different things. You're going to look at new things, unusual things, different things, things that grow your knowledge or your wisdom or puts you on a whole new path. You're going to look for the journey, look for the adventure, and you're not sure where it is, so don't limit yourself here, okay? You could really limit your opportunities or your perception of what's available to you if you don't put out those feelers, broaden your perception and what can happen, in what ways it could happen. Maybe you've never, ever, ever tried to sketch a picture before and you pick up a pencil and it's like, whoa. And then don't say, well, this is what I'm going to do. Keep looking at other things. It's not a time when you're deciding right now. And when that time comes, you'll have this clarity, this understanding that is crazy. So don't limit yourself. Don't just say no to things. Don't just say yes to things and limit your opportunity, your time, your resources in stepping in other directions as well. So don't make any major decisions this week on if you can all help it. I know there's special circumstances and we all have a personal chart, right? Personal path. Don't limit yourself in any way. Don't agree to something. Don't say no to something if you can possibly put it off. That decision, that commitment that you're going to make to yourself. Remember, the energy completely changes next week for you. And if you're thinking about all the different ways that you can expand your life and go forward in different areas of your life, the more clarity and understanding you'll have as this new energy hits you, the faster that you can move forward in your direction. Okay, everybody got 2 work and career. I don't know where this cough is coming from. 2 cards for relationships. So Aries started it, so blame them for the extra card. Look at this. We got the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Wands. What a cute couple these guys are. Don't go too fast in any direction when it comes to work and career here. And there's things coming in at you. Don't get too much in the, right now you could feel like you could succeed at just about anything, but if you just sit back and not really gravitate to what you want to step into, you're going to make some wrong choices here, I think. So really think things through when it comes to work and career or spending money. Don't be throwing money around this week at all. Don't do those expend, especially if you feel good, you go out and you buy yourself something to feel good about yourself because you're depressed in some way or sad, or you're going to live to regret whatever you bought. So make sure it has a return policy at least. Meditate, pray, reflect on where you want to go and what you want to come in as opportunities, as progression in work and career. Or it could be your finances, absolutely. It could be what defines you. You might not have any care in the world for work and career, but what defines you? If I met you, would you tell me about your work and career as a descriptor of who you are, or would it be what you do in the community or your family? Don't get too overconfident in stepping into this great opportunity if you can all back it up. So once again, no major decisions this week, especially when it comes to work and career. More options may become available. You might miss a detail that really cements you into something that you really didn't want, but you were under the understanding that it was exactly what you wanted. So just be careful with that energy. Affirmations. Definitely do affirmations on work, career, what defines you as a person, your finances. Remember, we have the Ten of Pentacles too there as our overriding energy. So you are attached, the veil is thin for you. Give up those affirmations. Believe it. Expect it. Love and relationships, we have the Six of Wands. That's success. And the Tower. Oh my. The Tower card comes in. I almost get this as there's bridges that are built, that there's healing that happens, that there's you meet somebody and it just changes your world, tears down your perception of your reality in a good way, I think, because it's the success card. So the Six of Wands is typically there's a parade, and you're in the parade, and you're in the parade because the parade is about you. And people are cheering you on, there's success, there's milestones here. You know, this is when proposals happen. This is when he or she says yes to your invitation for a coffee. Um, this is seeing the success that a relationship could be if some walls were torn down. And when we meet each other, it's just beautiful, and we're like, yes, of course. And you never want the evening to end, and hours seem like minutes, and your your heart starts pumping when you get near them or think about them. You're sending texts to each other all day. When are we going to see each other? You can't wait for that moment to appear. You wonder what you're going to wear and how you're going to do your hair. And then we fast track to 10 years later, and you know, we're not feeling that well, and we haven't showered in a day, and we're still in our PJs, and we're under the blankets, and we've got this box of Kleenex and this big trash can next to us, and we don't care if they see us. We ask them to take out the garbage, and they go, "What am I, your slave?" Where they would have like skipped to the curb 10 years ago, or maybe we would have. Our layers of what we expect from that person add up and add up, and it becomes a brick after a brick after a brick of what we expect from each other, of what roles we assign to each other, of what we will do for each other. And it's tearing it back down to the foundation. It's saying these are the core values of this relationship. This is why we're in a relationship. And somehow we built this wall, and so we need to get rid of the wall. And true success can come in through heart-to-heart talks, and I wouldn't have them this week because there's heartbreak there. It's lifting each other up. So maybe you think, well, you know, I haven't been as giving, or I haven't said I love you, or I haven't picked up the phone and called them, or I haven't stopped by to visit them. And so you just make that attempt. You do what you think is the next best step in order for the relationship to be that way all the time, or to grow deeper. You see where you haven't been coming up to your part of the bargain in the relationship. Maybe they see your actions and they go, I'll try too. Maybe down the road we have a discussion over what we're feeling, where lines were crossed, where the priorities got messed up. Spirituality, look at this, the Chariot. Don't buy into other people's drama. If it feels wrong, it is wrong. Trust your intuition 110%. You have a higher wisdom that you can tap into. Don't get called or pulled into somebody else's agenda. See where you want to go. Understand, you'll get a clarity. You'll get an understanding of how to bring in the energy. Here we go again. So maybe it's where people are working against you and how to turn them around to work with you, or bring people in for support, or tapping into new groups of people that are like-minded, that can challenge you and you can challenge them, and they can teach you and you can teach them, and grow together. A new community atmosphere. This is you taking the reins on your growth forward, your path forward, and you are highly intuitive with the Chariot card. It's almost like you can, pay attention to your dreams. I'd be journaling my dreams for sure this week, waking and sleeping. Be paying attention to what Spirit, God, your angels, Source is putting in front of you for you to see, for you to understand. This can bring in a great clarity, and you're very strong. You're very strong in your intuition. You know, you know how to bring in the support. And if you're not getting that support, then pull on those reins a little bit. Go within. Understand it a little bit better. It could be one of those bricks within the relationship, actually holding back the support. So, health and well-being, we have the Nine of Cups. What beautiful. I think there's another sign that got the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. So maybe that's your sun sign or your moon sign or your rising sign. So see where that plays out. Nine of Cups. Your wish card. The abundance. The table is set. Where do you want good health, well-being in your life? Where do you want to feel the balance? What stresses need to leave? Remember, we're in a full moon energy, so we want to look at how we can bring this into being. Our wish, our desire, our plan for the future, our health, our well-being. If you journal, I would be journaling about my health and well-being and where I want to see myself in 3 months, 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years down the road. What do I want to feel? How do I want to be? What makes me feel like I'm secure in my life? What makes me know my healthy habits that I am stepping into, or my new way of eating, or my exercise program that I want to start? I'd definitely be journaling towards that. Find your voice through journaling on your health and your well-being. Maybe you become a nutrition counselor. Is that a thing? A nutrition counselor? Or helping people have healthier lifestyles. Maybe it works into work and career in some way. Maybe you are doing something, you want to take it to the next level and you don't know what that level is. It could be teaching it. It could be mentoring it. Think of the possibilities, and then your wish for money and abundance and happiness and joy and less stress is there. I don't know. Something with health, something with well-being, wishes, dreams. I'm not going to discount the anything with the Ten of Pentacles and then the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Wands in your career. What kind of lifestyle do you need in order to have a better relationship? It's a question to ask. And dream it and expect it. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.